Welcome back to the scene with your boy Rebel. Your boy Rebel not officially back on the scene. Today I'm bringing y'all a special first time, first edition trailer breakdown video that I've ever done on this channel. And the trailer breakdown video is consisting of content from Black Panther Wakanda Forever. The trailer is lit, super lit, hot, fire, whatever you want to call it. It's what this Black Panther Wakanda Forever to me is going to redeem Phase 4 in a sense of bringing back the essence of what Marvel was. Phase 1 through 3 focused on a narrative that ended with a confrontation between good versus evil. In between, we had movies that had separate stories, separate identities. It had separate storylines so far as leading towards the bigger story. But ultimately, sadly, Phase 4 has not done that. Everything is intertwined. Everything is all over the place, from Shang-Chi to the Internals to the Love and Thunder was just. I mean, I had to watch it a couple of times. A lot of people say, "Oh no, it was really good." Love and Thunder didn't have any of the energy that it had in Ragnarok. Ragnarok became more funnier. I agree, but it still had a serious narrative to it. Thor had an actual enemy at the fight. Thor: Dark World. It was dark because it wasn't that good to me. I'm not gonna lie. The first Thor, overcoming challenges. Thor's has come a long way to where now we get Thor: Love and Thunder, and ultimately, I'm not seeing the direction, and that's not just Thor. That's anything, even on Disney Plus. Even with She-Hulk, I get mixed narratives about She-Hulk. Oh, it's about feminists. It's about demasculating men. It's about twerking with Megan Thee Stallion. At the end of the day, shows and TV shows and movies are going to keep up with the times. Their direction is to get newer people to watch, younger audiences to watch. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Us OGs out here, the OG diehard Marvel fans, DC fans, Dragon Ball Z fans, our generation of loyalty to the franchise has shifted. We can deny it all we want, but it has shifted because we're seeing failure in areas where we're like, it should be improving. She-Hulk could have been that show about, an attorney at law. We all know her backstory. We all know Jennifer's backstory. Jennifer ultimately she joined the Fantastic Four, for God's sake. So at the end of the day, it's like they have so many directions they could go in, and you got Abomination basically wearing Crocs. You got Wong pretty much being pimped out of the pimp. And, I mean, he's Sorcerer Supreme is all over the place. And then there are other great shows that I did like. I think Miss Marvel moved the story along so far as timeline. Um, Moon Knight was decent. I'm not gonna sit here and say it was wonderful, but it was decent. I did like Moon Knight. So it's Phase 4 is still all over the place altogether. Like the Multiverse of Madness was all over the place. Ultimately it was about getting America Chavez, to use her powers to, I guess the circle was complete, the circle of life, if you want to call it, to show Wanda she was wrong. Man, look, like I said, Phase 1 through 3 going to be the best saga in anything they do in future projects. Nothing's going to top that. But back to the subject at hand, this is about Black Panther Wakanda Forever, and the movie is about legacy. If y'all haven't seen the trailer, please check it out. Support that trailer. Hit the thumbs up, hit the like button, hit the sub button on this channel as well. That movie's about legacy. You got Ironheart. She's taking over legacy for Iron Man. If y'all don't know about Ironheart, do your research, read your comics. I read comics. So ultimately, I already know what the business is. You do it for yourself, though. But give you a little backstory. At the end of the day, Ironheart is what you would call. There's so many interpretations. So I'm going to just give you the most recent one. She was basically Stark Expo material. She was that type of person that was an inventor, was a genius level, same level as Tony. Ultimately, same level as Tony. And the movie, through the trailer and the previews, is depicted she got better and learned more from Shuri. And we all know Shuri, me personally, is a genius. I mean, look what she did with Wakanda. MCU wise, look what she did with Wakanda. There's no there's no other being in that universe that did what she did. Yeah, Tony made a sustainable energy that doesn't go out, and Tony made suits and this and that. I'm not taking away from Tony's legacy, but Shuri, come on, Shuri made a suit that absorbs energy and redistributes it, and then has a whole system ran off of it. I mean, dude, it's just crazy. But anyway, I'm getting beside myself. Back to the story at hand. So the new Black Panther was basically seeing full body. We've seen the full body suit for Black Panther. It's Shuri. I'm just gonna go ahead and let y'all know right now. It's Shuri. Spoiler alert, it is what it is. It's Shuri. A lot of people think it's Okoye, a lot of people think it's Nakia. It's Shuri. This is about legacy. If you follow the trend of what's going on right now, if Ironheart's taking over for Iron Man, Shuri taking over for her brother. Now, does that mean she's gonna become queen of Wakanda? No, unless Ramonda relinquishes her role, which she's not gonna do. She's in a political standpoint, like T'Challa and Shuri's father was. He was in a political position. He was not the Black Panther anymore, but he was the king. You know, being king and the Black Panther is a title privilege. It's a privilege. You can be king and not be Black Panther. You can be Black Panther and not be king, according to the MCU. But and at the same time, Shuri is taking up the mantle of Black Panther in representation of her brother. And let me go ahead and just say this: R.I.P. Rest in peace, rest in power. Chadwick Boseman. He just won an Emmy for his work with What If. So, like I say, his legacy goes far beyond the movie. His accolades, his beyond acting. The man gave back. Denzel Washington was his mentor. He got him into school. You know, so it hit home when he passed. This is just me. I took a whole day off of work, like on some serious man. I took a whole day off of work because I've been following that man's career since he first started. I looked up to him. You know, I'm not going to say this, but idolizing people, we all have idols that we look up to. When it came down to his overall character, a lot of actresses and actors I do not respect outside of their acting career. You know, your work is your work. Acting, singing, directing, your work is your work. But your personality speaks a lot for your character overall, in a sense to where if you're looking at this person to look up to them, to not just be like them, but to follow an example, they may better yourself. That was Chad. Chad had that energy. You know, Chad had that drive, and for him to pass away, knowing that the MCU had taken off in the way it did, it's crazy. Black Panther was sold out. The tickets are out now for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. If you don't know, get your tickets. I already got mine, so it is what it is. It's gonna be sold out for like a couple of days because this right here is bringing light back to the darkness. This right here, this movie is gonna bring life back into the MCU. It's gonna actually draw people back in, you know, and we need that. Like I say, Phase 4 has failed. I'm gonna keep it real, keep it 100. It has failed us so far as where are we going? What's the narrative? What are we doing? So to accomplish this movie in light of the situation of Chadwick Boseman not being there and doing it for Chad, doing it in representation of what he would have wanted, you know, script wise, story wise, just energy, everything. I feel like this right here is going to be one of the best movies of not just this year, but of Phase 4. It's going to outdo Thor, of course. It's going to outdo Doctor Strange, of course. No Way Home, that title was being hard to beat. I mean, it had a great story. I did like No Way Home. Let me just say that. I'm not going to say Phase 4 is all failure, but No Way Home was great. I did like No Way Home. I like the way they brought the multiverse together. Been waiting to see that for the longest. I'm glad that Andrew came back, and of course Toby came back. I'm glad they came back. It's nice to see them in suits. Me personally, Andrew was my favorite. I'm just gonna keep it 100. Toby, you know what I'm saying, OG. That's what I grew up on. But ultimately, Andrew became to be my favorite. I respect Tom Holland. I love what he's doing. He's playing a more Ultimate Spider-Man timeline, and that's great. But Andrew was my favorite. But ultimately, like I say, man, right now with this trailer, from what I've seen, through the speech from M'Baku, basically saying, hey, if we kill this man, it's going to be a war for centuries. For time and past, we're going to fight. For those who don't know, Black Panther and Namor fought constantly in the MCU. They always fought. Namor would get the best of Black Panther. Black Panther would get the best of Namor. Namor did drown Wakanda. He didn't destroy it, but he did drown it. And, you know, Wakanda, they lashed back. And the narrative was basically from Doctor Doom. He wanted vibranium. So, Ryan Coogler, if he's doing what I think he's doing, you know, so far as story-wise and the progression that they're going, ending with Secret Wars and the Kang Dynasty, Doctor Doom may well be introduced in this movie. And if he is, that's going to bring even more attention to the MCU, and it's going to be based off of the Black Panther. So in light of that, as you can see on my screen, I have the Black Panther outfit on, which I'm calling the Ancestry. This is still the Phantasm build. We don't know this is the Phantasm build, no doubt. But for the most part, it's more representation. Y'all know how I feel about Black Panther, man. When they dropped the first trailer, I dropped like 5 videos of Black Panther just fighting. I think it was on the Legacy build. But for the most part, anything Black Panther related, news, information, I'm gonna be the first one on it. I got to see it because that's my third favorite superhero, the Black Panther. You like, wait a minute, how you talking so much about him? Because I grew up on Batman 1989. That was my first one. My second one was Blade, and my third one Black Panther. So it go, and that's just how it is. But ultimately, it come down to those three. Those three are my three wise men when it come down to just favorite. I got Black Panther all over my wall right now. I got Batman keychain, and I have Blade. I actually got the Blade sword. I ordered it 2 years ago. Got the actual one he used in the movie. So yeah, I'm a fanboy for those three right there. Pause. But anyway, at the end of the day, y'all check out the Wakanda Forever, uh, Black Panther Wakanda Forever trailer. Check it out. Give a thumbs up. Like, subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. Ultimately, like I say, my thoughts going in the movie. I think Doctor Doom will be ultimately the villain behind the scenes. I think Namor was not a superhero per se to be all good. He did anything to protect his kingdom, and that's what y'all need to understand. For those who don't know who Namor is, he's that anti superhero. He's good when he wants to be. In the eyes of others, he's bad, but he's only doing what he needs to do to protect his domain. And no matter who it is, his main beef has always been with Wakanda. You know, after a while, it was the surface dwellers. It was anybody, but Wakanda became a threat because of the narrative that was switched up and given by Doctor Doom. If I stand corrected, if I'm wrong, y'all let me know in the comments down below. But from my understanding, from what I read, comic book wise, I know pretty much for a fact those two have had beef based off of somebody else's ideology, and Doctor Doom was the one that vibranium to enhance himself and make himself stronger. So we might be getting the Fantastic Four introduced. Ultimately, that's where Namor does fall in love with Invisible Woman, and also when it comes down to Ironheart, now we're talking about the Young Avengers. We already got Captain Marvel, we already have Miss Marvel, now we have Ironheart. So there's a couple other ones that we're missing, but we get those. Phase 4 might have a future, and I think Phase 4, me personally, on a silly note, did all this other stuff, Disney Plus and all the other movies, just to set us up for greatness. Like I say, Phase 1 of the MCU was great. Phase 2 of the MCU was great. Everything was crazy, it was off the chain. But for the most part, y'all, I just want to thank y'all for watching. Thank you for being on the scene with your boy Rebel. Your boy Rebel's not officially off the scene. Can't wait till November 11th, 2022. Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Yes, I said it. Shuri is the Black Panther. Yes, I said it. That Ramonda is still going to be queen. Shuri just the Black Panther. She's the warrior of Wakanda. And ultimately, the showdown between Namor and Shuri will not result. This is my prediction. Will not result in a death. I think it's going to result in a truce, cooperation, and to find out who really is the enemy. They're going to rebuild Wakanda stronger than ever. Basically, they're going to close themselves off to the world completely because they opened the world up to each other when T'Challa went to the press conference or the United Nations meeting at the end of Black Panther. They opened up off of his word as king, off of his, ideology that he redefined after defeating his cousin, meeting his father in the ancestral plane. So now Ramonda is not, she is not T'Chaka. She is not T'Challa. She's hurt. Y'all got to remember that she is hurt. When you see this movie, I guarantee you, I know I'm going to tear up. I'm just going to keep it 100. I tear it up when the first trailer dropped, I tear it up. So I'm going to keep it 100. I can do that. Can you keep it 100 and do that? Let's see. But thank y'all for being on the scene with your boy Rebel. Your boy Rebel officially off the scene. Y'all have a good one. Nobody do better, be better. And as always, you know it. Deuces.